Hi YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Duette toy review. Today is actually going to be quite a different toy review because obviously we've got two flip-flop products and we're coming up towards February, and I'm actually just going to grab some cream here because, well, my hands are just pretty much, dry overall. Something pretty festively oriental is coming actually. And although we've got Valentine's Day coming up as well, yes, we've also got the Chinese New Year festival coming up as well. That's why my t-shirt obviously relates back to China, especially with that panda on the front here as well. Cool panda t-shirt actually though, if you're patriotically Chinese. Well, not really that much, but actually it's not too bad. But let me just go ahead and show you the two products anyways. Both of these are water-themed, Chinese New Year themed toys. And I should actually grab the webcam here because obviously we just can't have a video with all sorts of riff-raff along the way here. And yeah, it's actually not going to be that hard for a toy review to pull off there, And yeah, obviously these are the toys that I'm actually going to be reviewing, hopefully. And strangely enough, I don't think I've got that much space, but what I will do is pretty much try to do my best to review in a very isolated and contorted spot. And, okay, let me just go ahead and start off with maybe this one here. Okay, it's a flip-flop origami Chinese New Year of the tiger. An awesome oriental experience, that's what it says there. This one here costs about £9. And this product is called the Water Tiger and Sampan boat Fisherman and Big Carp Catch. I believe it's a pack. 5-pack actually, because we've got 5 items. Why do I have to pretty much edit all my products these days? It's just weird, isn't it? Maybe I just forgot to add the number here. How's that? Much better? I'm sure it makes sense because the back of the packaging tells me we've got 5 different components here. Therefore it's not too bad by the looks of it. I mean, you can see, there you go, there's the carp. Hopefully it's going to be quite nice. And obviously the boat is called Swimming Tiger, and I believe that's the Chinese translation behind it. And yes, as we all know, as we think of Chinese New Year, and I know apart from China, Chinese people in China, there are also people, who are Chinese but live outside of China, may go to China and just see their families, and then return to the countries where they live actually. Well, that's how I could pretty much say though, but there you go, I've just unpacked that set here, Reminds me of the Penguin Copper themed toys because you get like this sort of anthropomorphic furry, like, well, it's technically not a furry, but let's just go ahead and take a look at what we have at the moment though, So, here we are first. This is the Sampan boat I was thinking of. There you go, it's got some Chinese translations, of course. There's a swimming tiger here. There you go, it looks pretty nice. And there's just white here on the top, but yeah, I don't really care that much about this amount of detailing on it. I mean, it's quite a bit embarrassing to just think about the loss of detailing on the inside, but that's just pretty much, how FlipFlap just wants to do, think of, just making products a bit more faster, or basically being made to a much more faster standard than what I would actually expect. And here is, of course, the tiger, and as you can see, this tiger is pretty much on a sampan boat. But yes, there's nothing that this tiger can pretty much make this boat move though. But anyways, we've also got this fishing rod here as well. It doesn't look too bad. It's got yellow, and yes, as I said before, and Trackmaster Lucas just rammed right behind me there because I'm literally sitting very, very, how would you say it? I don't know what I'm actually saying here, but I'm actually struggling to produce this video because as Trackmaster Luke is pretty much here, right behind me though, I'm actually in a tight squeeze. So this toy review may go a bit sloppy. Like it has always been, it's been one of those main things whenever I make flip-up videos on YouTube, videos just go sloppy. But let's just continue on. obviously it's all about getting the product finished before the next day, and maybe I have to come in and fix all of that detailing from today though, but I don't know. We've also got this sensei hat, which in a sense is a Chinese hat. There you go, and if we can take a look at the tiger here, there you go, it looks like he's got a green nose, although in the artwork he's actually got like a yellow nose. Well, actually, if I look at him, it looks like he's got a Tony the Tiger sort of, well, almost Tony the Tiger-like sort of design from the bloody Frosties. And you know what? Yeah, there's actually something about fish. And if we take a look at this fish here first, before I can do the whole Tony the Tiger quote again, yeah, it's yellow and red, pretty much representing the colours of China. It actually doesn't look too bad. And there's the fins on the back as well. In fact, to me, whenever I think of China, this year, it's not only the Chinese New Year festival coming up there, but we've also got the Olympics and the Paralympics. That being the winter, of course. It's funny that Beijing's like the very first city in the world to pretty much host both the Olympics and the Paralympics in both summer and winter, which is interesting. But looking back into that tiger again, you can see the blue detailing just represents water so well, especially those squiggly stripes, and also the mouth at the front. It looks quite cheesy, but there you go. I think it's just fun for the kids, really, eh? You know, there's something about fish. They're great. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm just pretty much finding it quite daft just to make those Tony the Tiger sort of jokes, which is pretty weird of me though, but at the same time it is actually quite funny. There you go. I'm actually giving this part a bit of a thumbs up though, because you can actually put the hat on, and there you go, without thinking of any pejorative terms in relationship to China. Of course, I don't have any qualms with the Chinese culture. It's just sometimes that maybe making knockoff toys in China can be extremely dangerous. And sometimes making stuff in China can be very dangerous. If you remember that vlog back then on the 21st of October of 2021, it was all about the fact that China can be a bit of a dangerous business sort of place in 2021. I suppose, no, not really 2021, but also as many years ago, I suppose China has been pretty much a communist sort of place though. Has experienced a lot of dynasties, I think, if I remember about the history of China. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, eh? Oh well, let's just go ahead and... this sensei hat just keeps on coming off, I don't know why. But yes, hopefully after making this video I should probably make a few more Chinese New Year products. Actually loads, because as I just said before, we've got the Olympics and the Paralympics to go for, I think. And yeah, I've just hatched now. I've just attached the fish onto the rod here, but it's actually going to be quite a struggle. No, I don't think it's going to do it for me. It has a thumbs up in the way the product is portrayed, but the letdown for me is that although the fish looks okay, and although it's a bit too big, actually it's a bit sloppy. It's a bit too big, which makes the rod quite sloppy. But maybe it's just me just being a bit too critical. But nevertheless, that's just quite a nice set. In fact, let's move on to another one, because we can't go longer than that. And also videos on YouTube, we just can't make videos that long these days, because, well, I do make long videos, but long videos just don't work on YouTube because of the attention span data. That's why. And the layout is actually very, very tight. Okay, let's take a look at the other product here. It's a Origami Chinese New Year 2022, Year of the Tiger product again. Once again, oh, there's a date here. 1st of February to the 13th of March. Now that explains why we've got the Paralympics, so this would probably mean that this event would be the longest for 2022. But we do have Valentine's Day coming up there. I should make a few Valentine's Day cards, if I want to, but also mash it up with the Chinese New Year theme. How about that? Ooh, that looks very familiar. I can see a carp there. very cool fish. And we've also got a couple of tigers rowing. Oh wow, that's a dragon boat. It's actually giving me those, well, what's that Legend of Zelda game? Wind Waker. Reminds me of that Wind Waker boat though. You know the dragon boats that they use in China? That's something I can relate to, you know, that Wind Waker boat. You know the boat in Wind Waker, is it called the King of Red Lions? I don't really remember the name of that boat. But yes, it's still quite a nice looking design. A little bit more detailed than the other boat that we just looked at. And there's the dragon head. It sort of reminds me of Legend in Jaga's Destiny's Bounty. That, you know, that what's it called? That watercraft that sort of flies, I think. If you've been paying attention to Legend in Jaga, yeah, it's actually giving me those vibes. Like, you know, Kung Fu Panda and all the other vibes I can remember. You know, actually, I'm actually having trouble to fit this boat in. Oh, crikey, let's see how this one goes. And, I believe it fits in perfectly, I guess. How's that? Although the horns are quite a bit sloppy, it actually makes it sort of interesting. Actually, when I look at it, it looks more like a cow than a dragon. I don't know why. But it actually relates back to the Year of the Ox factor, which wasn't that as successful. But let's just hope 2022 can fix those problems for us. I suppose we've got the same tigers, but notice on how interesting the detailing on the tigers. Look at the nose. The nose is actually a lot more yellow in colour here compared to that other first product, which had a green-nosed tiger. It's a very abstract looking design, and actually whenever I look at it, it actually looks more like a squirrel than a tiger. Maybe you have your own 5 cents of that, but to me it does look very tiger-esque with those jaws and the, you know, the orange colorization and the stripes. Yeah. Imaginations are very, very real, because you know why? Well, imaginations may not be real, but for humans, in reality, it's all about the creativity, because there's your saying, imagination runs wild, and possibilities are pretty much endless. And you've also got these oars, or these paddles. I believe they're paddles or oars. If anyone can tell me the difference between oars and paddles, please do, because I don't know what's the difference between those two. You know, these two tools. I suppose there's the tail here on the back of the dragon boat, because you know that's what's meant to represent. There you go. It looks stunning. I mean, I just can't be this harsh now. I mean, it's not too bad actually, and I'm very quite uncertain that maybe sometimes, you know, whenever I fit in components like that, it can be quite a bit fiddly and diddly. But I think the way I'm actually fitting those oars onto the boat, they're actually quite loose, which in a sense is a bit of a letdown. But I'm just gonna put those oars though, or paddles, next to the arms. It's not going to be attached to the hands there, but I'm just pretty much making it like some sort of display model over here. And you've also got these two Asiatic hats. I'm not going to put these on, because obviously that would pretty much, you know, take the video a long time. It would actually extend the video a bit longer, I suppose. And we've also got more of these oars, or these paddles. It's just so strange calling these either oars or paddles. Chinese culture really is quite, not only ancient, but it's also quite complex. Yes, pretty amazing. And then, here's something I've actually found. Do you remember Pokemon? Well, I certainly do, but no longer are pretty much contributing to Pokemon these days, because, well, if I was doing Pokemon stuff, well, it's all about copyright, isn't it? I've got a Magikarp. That looks like Magikarp, but except for the part where, you know, the head doesn't have any whiskers. And actually on the back of the packaging, the Carp, it looks like it's got whiskers, but not on this one here. That's quite misleading. And we've also got a Chinese dragon, supposed to represent, you know, water and electric type. Oh my goodness me, Pokemon vibes are coming back, but who knows when they're going to be back. It looks a little bit like Gyarados, doesn't it, eh? But not really that much of Gyarados, but less scary than Gyarados, and a lot more, how would you say it? A lot much more easier. You know, it's a lot more easier to see a character like this, or, you know, or maybe a creature like this, something to be majestically admired. To be majestically admired is something that would be pretty much nice to describe. There you go, there's blue and yellow combined together. It's almost looking like that the front is merging to green. But yeah, it's actually not too bad, and pretty much, so it's, I've got a funny feeling that the way that this dragon has been made, it's been quite amazing. I think I have been making loads of dragons. Maybe I should make them a lot more Chinese dragons, just like what I did back then in October. And in fact, there's actually a fun fact here. Chinese New Year 2022, if I remember back in October of 2021, it was actually confirmed back then in mid-October 2021. And that's actually something I've actually realised. The development of this event was like that, because, you know, well, it was like an announcement that it has been confirmed that Chinese New Year will be returning for 2022, and there you go. I think that's all the product's done, and there you go. I think that's it though, guys. Sorry about the tight squeeze on this layout here as I'm sitting at the moment though. But anyways, if you really enjoyed this very strange toy review, or very, very special toy review about Chinese New Year, please give this video a like, subscribe for more videos in the future, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Oh, I've just derailed Trackmaster Luke there, eh? Thanks for watching again, and bye for now.